Hi, how are you? Happy Wednesday, the middle of the week. Some of us may see it the middle of the week, others may see it as the hill that we rise up on before we gently ease down. I remember riding to school, and whom I call my brother, used to pick me up early in the morning and drive me to school because he was 3 years older than me. So we were headed to the same school. And he would give me this whole philosophical talk, whatever was on his mind, whatever advice he wanted to pass on. He was really full of it, full of. And this is when I first learned about U2, the band U2. And quickly, they became my favorite band, my favorite. And but he talked to me about Wednesdays, how we climb up this hill, and there we are at the top of the hill on Wednesday. We've made it. We're halfway there, because we were going to school, right? Public school. And those of you who didn't go to public school, if you were homeschooled or if you were in a private school, then I'd love to hear your experience. But I grew up in a small town and public school. So I loved learning, but not in that system. Anyway, something that keeps coming right now. Where are you today? How are you feeling? And I'm asking you, I'd love to hear about your comments about, again, the animals you've been seeing for Animal Magic, the messages you've been getting in your dream time. I would love to hear about that. I'm always honored to hear about that. But where are you? Where are you today in your heart place? Because I know a lot of us are going through these big tsunami feelings, these big feelings of turnover. Have you ever been in the ocean or in water where there's that, you've got that big wave coming and then the undertow that pulls you backward and you're going, where did that come from? I've been in the ocean several times where that arose out of nowhere. Right? That big tsunami. But this is beautiful. It's really wonderful. And so what I have been receiving, that I just wanted to check in with you today and say hello, and I send you so much love. You're doing a fantastic, fantastic movement, fantastic stillness. And in stillness, remember, you're still moving, you're still vibrating, you're alive, you're here now at this time. And I honor you and I bow deeply to you for that. It's not easy, right? But think about the things that you're grateful for right now. What brings you joy? Bring a memory forth that you need right now to help fuel you, to help inspire you. When I was living in New York City, I was in my early 20s, 21. And there were I felt very lonely at times. And especially when I first moved there. Coming from a very small town, but it wasn't that. It was just, I didn't know anybody, and it was very hard to make friends, very hard to create a community and family at that time. And so I would go to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and I would walk there because at the time it was, do I want to spend $1.50 to take the subway, or do I want to walk the 50 blocks? I walked the 50 blocks because what a better way to ground yourself and to look around and see the life around you and see the humming and the information and, move, right? That's not really what I was thinking at the time, but so I get to the museum, and the picture I would sit in front of, there's this small little stone bench in there, and I'd go to this picture, and it was wall size. It was a little bit larger than life size, meaning it was about 6 foot, a little bit bigger than that, of Joan of Arc and the angelic beings around her in her garden. And I just remember looking at that and finding the inspiration from the colors, from the vibration that was painted in her. When we're creative and we create something, we leave a vibrational imprint. We leave light in it, right? Because that becomes a part of ourself for expressing materially, manifesting a part of ourself, creating a part of that in whatever art form we're doing, right? And so I would sit there and I would look at it. And I could feel that inner fire rising, that courageous being, the connection to her and the beingness. And so I want you to know that you're connected to me, I'm connected to you, we're all connected. Joan is there, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Yeshua, Merlin, King Arthur, whomever you connect with and you need around you right now, they're there. They are there. Even at the smallest thought of them, they've arrived because you are part of them and they're part of you. But your heart, I want to say that you are beauty, you are living light and radiance. You're doing an excellent job of living now in this life at this moment in time. And I've been called to, yes, I see you in the chat room, and I've been called to say that just listen to your heart. Take a moment when you're moving through whatever it is. Feel your heart. Take a deep breath and say, yes, I'm amazing. I'm beautiful. I'm doing a great job. One foot in front of the other. One sound and then another, right? You're a powerful being. You're a vulnerable being. And when we're vulnerable, we're in our most strength, right? We're our strongest. Roar, we're that lion or that whatever we need to be. That cheetah to be quick, or that sloth to be slow and just hanging from the tree, watching the sunrise and sunset. Yeah, sloths do that. But if we're deflecting an energy today, because I know a lot of people are, I've heard from a lot of people, and I see you in the chat room as well, or reflecting energy, right? So we can do both. And as we think of it, it's light. We're using light. A reflection is light, a deflection is light, right? So we're using light, and our heart shines the brightest. And so telling your heart, wow, you're doing a great job. Asking your heart, is this true for me? You know, that's where we find our answers, right here, right? And sometimes we forget because we're looking outside of ourselves so much that going within and asking, is this right for me? Is what I'm feeling, is it this or is it that, right? But telling yourself you're doing an amazing job, amazing work, amazing being, right? Because you are. And I say yay to you. I'm going to try to find that picture of Joan and post it up on my Facebook page. And so I hope you'll go there, Melissa Virtue Author Facebook page, to see it. But pay attention to your dreams and the animals that are around you. You know, fox is about magical shifting, cleverness. It can also be a reflection of someone bringing that sly, under the surface kind of energy that you need to be aware of. And so be aware, right? Because I know I see these signs posted sometimes around dogs and other animals. We live in kind of a wildlife area, and it's be aware, but it's be aware, right? With fox, and fox are about shape-shifting. So if you need a shape-shift right now, you know, into a different energy, a different mood, a different attitude, ask your heart, what is it I need right now? Ineffable joy, solitude, relaxation, Joan, you know, what vibration do I need right now? Listen to your heart, right? You're doing a great job, and that's what I really wanted to come on here and say. Now, I'm going to pull a couple of cards with that. But before I do, if you haven't subscribed, please click subscribe. Click the bell, click like so you can be notified. And I want to see your comments below. What questions do you have? What's going on for you? What is your heart telling you? You know, what dreams and animals are you seeing and having? I have a children's dream course coming up, and I'm really excited about it. It's a live Zoom, and it's December 2nd, and it's all about children's dreams. Even if you don't have children, it may benefit you because you have an inner child, right? And so we'll talk about nightmares, we'll talk about sleepwalking, we'll talk about beautiful types of dreams, we'll talk about how to help children, and also essentially helping ourselves, right? Our inner child. So I'd love for you to join me. I'd be honored for you to join me. Bring your questions. You can even send me questions ahead of time, and we will answer them. I will get those answered, right? And we'll bring in some guides there for children and for yourself. So I'm really excited about that. And then December 3rd, a live Zoom event with the radiant Alice Heath. We'll be facilitating Return of the Sun King. Pow! Return of the Sun King. And we would be most honored to have you join us for that event to bring in the full moon solar eclipse. So thinking of King Arthur, thinking of Merlin, thinking of Horus, thinking of Yeshua, thinking of the sun, the shield, the sword, the return of the Sun King. And on that note, please get outside, even if you can't see the sun. The sun needs to nourish you. You need the nourishment from the sun. It comes all the way in through all those gateways into your crown, and it ignites back here, right, in the causal chakra. It goes into our heart and shines that ineffable joy, that light. It goes all the way down. It ignites our womb, our Shakti. It also opens the key codes around us. It helps us rebalance, nourish, harmonize. It helps us, it goes all the way down into our roots, down into the earth for Pachamama and seeding when we walk, when we dance, when we move, or sit in calmness. Even when we lay down and rest in calm, we are shining that light. But you need the nourishment. And go out into the sun, place your hands on your heart. And I talked about this in my Instagram Live on Monday. Close your eyes and see the sunlight behind your eyelids. See that shining, that nourishment coming in through your eyelids. Open your heart. Hold the vibration of gratitude, of joy, of love. And as you hold that, you'll receive symbols, information, nourishment, food for your soul, for your energetic bodies. So just be and hold that and see what comes in, see what you receive, what the sun needs to give you today. And you're giving back to the sun by the gratitude, the love, right? And so in that moment also, before you give one last thanks to the sun and bow your head or however you do that, ask your heart, what is it that I need to know today? What is it I need to do to refill my cup, my nourishment? Okay. And so I bow to you. Thanks for joining me in this short impromptu live. And here we go. I love it. So the dolphin, the cosmic consciousness, because as I was thinking, yes, I hear you in the chat room, and I'll say something about that. As I was thinking about our heart, it's the cosmic heart that we're connected to, the cosmic expansion of our heart when we tune in like that. And when we ask it, when we're guided by it, and we listen. And when the sun nourishes us, it expands even more. And so dolphins are really about playfulness, about not getting so bogged down in the deep depths of that emotion, but allowing ourselves to rise up and jump, allow some joyful thought to arise, some joyful memory, some joyful moment for ourselves, right? And dolphin is also about breathing. So breathe through this moment. As we breathe, we expand. We bring in this nourishing breath and we breathe out a nourishing breath to all life forms, to the plants. They take our breath and they use it, right? It gives them life as well. Okay, so also the sacred geometry, and you'll receive that from the sun. See what symbols you receive. Today I received the 8-pointed star and the Ankh. What will you receive? I'd love to know if you want to share that with me in the comments below. But think about that. Think about how you can use dolphin to rise you up out of any depths today. And your guides are around you. They are always there. So just tune in and say, who is around me now? You may receive colors, sounds, names, visions of them. They're there. You have an entire team of light. And one of the most important is your highest self. Thank you for joining me today. Last card, creativity. As we talked about earlier, create something this week. Change is coming. It's coming. It's rising. The return of the Sun King. He's coming. Find out what that is for yourself. And if you want, again, please join us December 3rd for Return of the Sun King. And join me December 2nd for Children's Dreams. But create something today for yourself. Okay, whether you're doing it with your hands, you're painting, you're dancing, you sing something, you make up a rhyme, a poem, whatever that may be. I send you so much love and so many blessings. Whatever you're moving through, dancing through today, you're doing it so beautifully, radiantly, so lovely. I bow to you. Thank you for joining me. So much love and blessings, beautiful beings of light. I'll see you soon. And those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving, I send you so much gratitude.